Do you know what? I would like to just know where it ends. Someone tell me where it ends with abusive insurance and where it ends with this fucking country right now. I don't want anyone to take this as me just complaining about me. I am a case study of a shitty story that can happen to anybody of any race, any ethnicity right now in the United States, okay? So just listen. I was working full time. I was working 10 to 12-hour night shifts for years, and I still couldn't afford health care. I suffer so many problems, I'm not even going to give you the litany, but just trust me. And I can't pay out of pocket for tests, okay? So I was on Medicaid since I was 24, and gradually the benefits just go away. They cover less and less unless they are what is deemed an essential service or a very standard general service or general drug. And unlucky me doesn't need general service or general drugs. I have shit so rare it needs non-generic drugs, specialists, the works, okay? But last fall, I started having heart problems. Like serious problems, circulation loss to my extremities, unexplained tachycardia, unexplained fainting, unexplained episodes of pallor with shortness of breath that landed me in the hospital, and they couldn't figure it out, so they needed to do some diagnostic tests for me in a different setting. They needed me to wear a Holter monitor, and they couldn't get a conclusive result from the study because I wasn't wearing it long enough, so they wanted to do a 2-week study. So stay with me here. Last December, the cardiologist, which Medicaid got me into about 3 months after the fact, after the initial ER trips, said that I need to wear a 2-week Holter monitor. And I was at my wit's end with my insurance at this point. I was looking into what I could possibly do to just pay for private insurance. And so last December, I was seeing the cardiologist, and she said, we can try to get Medicaid to cover a 2-week Holter monitor for you. Great, grand. Try to push it through. And I had a feeling it was just never going to happen. So I went a different route and paid for private tests to try to find out conclusively if there's anything structurally wrong with my heart, or if there's a different reason for my shortness of breath and episodes. Turns out the heart was structurally fine, which was only confirmed with an EKG and an echo and some other diagnostic tests. And I had to go a different route. Turned out it was an endocrine problem and went from there. But 7 months later, regarding the Holter test that Medicaid was supposed to try to cover for me to find out if there's a structural problem with my heart, I get this formal notice of denial in the mail. I'm trying not to show you my info, but it's dated 6/1/2020. Now, I'm not going to overly cry. Poor me, that you don't feel sorry for, because Medicaid people are, of course, indigent, system players, welfare hounds, whatever. Don't feel bad for me, but think about the people who have a heart problem and did need that Holter monitor and got a similar notice of denial of benefit for whatever reason. Where does that leave them? Suppose they've been sitting around with a bad heart for 7 months, waiting for the answer, no option to pay out of pocket with your family's help, or however you worked it out, went into debt, $3,000 in my case, and then you get this notice of denial. I might be crying, but I'm furious. I'm furious for anyone who's had to go through this. I'm furious for anyone who's waited for answers and not gotten them, or been promised a benefit that they're never going to get, or signed off on something they didn't fully understand and gets an $8,000 bill in the mail for the Holter monitor that they did wear for 2 weeks that their Medicaid eventually back denied. What the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? I mean, I have friends in other countries, and obviously the ones in Europe are always like, oh, the NHS, that solves all our problems. You need the NHS. Your country's a fuck. And I get that. You're half right, but you're half wrong. The state of the NHS, I'm not even going to get into it. Watch a couple documentaries. It's not the end-all and be-all. Your wait times suck. Your GP wait times suck. Your hospital wait times super duper suck. Imagine going in there with preeclampsia and you die in the lobby because there's an 8 to 12 hour wait at a smaller hospital. Nowhere's perfect. I get it. The population's grown. The economy's blah, blah, blah. George Floyd, I'm very sorry for, okay? And I support the protesters. I don't support the looters and the people that are just taking advantage of the situation without any real care for Black lives. Don't mislabel my statements, by the way. All I'm saying is something needs to happen on every level. We know this. But I really felt pushed over the edge by this because this notice of denial isn't just for me. It's for anyone with a life-threatening problem that wasn't addressed. And if you are not a bitch about it, you sit around and wait to die. We're talking about lives that could have been saved. What's the big fucking deal? Pushing it through insurance. And the irony of this letter is it says, we are here to make sure you get the most from your health plan benefit package. Your medical assistance and other factors, however, limit what services and supplies are covered. I get if I was needing like a special butt cream from Israel or something. This is a heart test. What the fuck could be more essential? I'm done.